Unions build roads, bridges, and buildings, yes. But with training and apprenticeship programs, unions build much more. A safer community, careers without crushing debt, and a route to rebuild the American middle class. Unions build the future. And we're just getting started. Join us.
Today on Built to Last, lending neighbors a helping hand.
It's hard to have a job when you don't have a place to live.
Shining a new light.
LEDs are supposed to last for 20 plus years.
And a skilled trade keeping America safe.
Societies crumble when water systems go down.
Built to Last is brought to you by the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Labor and Management Committee and Armstrong Ceilings. Faster, easier, better.
Welcome to Built to Last. I'm Mark Nilsson.
And I'm Monica Pedersen. We're here at the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Center, where tradesmen and women learn to build the communities of tomorrow.
These communities are the ones they will also live in, and as good neighbors, skilled workers know how important it is to give back to those in need.
In our first story, we meet with a cement mason working in his community to help some of his neighbors who are most vulnerable.
So right now we are in St. Hughes and Lyons. We are doing a shelter night. Clients from Beds Plus from around the areas that we service come here to sleep, eat, just kind of relax and take a load off from the day. Beds Plus is an organization that helps individuals experiencing homelessness in the area. And we do everything we can and put an end to homelessness in West Suburban Cook County.
They have these clients come in, they try to get them housed and feed them and do whatever they can to get them on their feet and back on the road. I'm just a volunteer. You do a lot of community projects as far as working with the trades, donating time. Even with this, I think has a lot to do with it, especially my trade. I'm a cement mason, local 502. It was about 6 years ago. My parents were volunteering and they said, we need another male for a night. Just come one night. Just come one night. And I was kind of reluctant. Oh, okay. And I just think I was selfish, like most people in their 20s were. You know, I wasn't thinking about anybody but Adam. Here I am 6 years later.
June of 2016, my dad and I had a big fallout. I was working a new job. He was keeping me up all night. I'm staying under his roof. I'm appreciative that he let me stay there, but it wasn't working out. He was having some personal problems, and I blew up one day, so I had to leave.
Everybody has a different story to tell, and they're not all the same, and we assess that conversation that we have with them, and based off that is we give them an individualized service plan, and what steps do we need to take in order for them to get out of the situation.
I was working and I was staying with other friends, and then that came to the point where things weren't working out there. I started pretty much going on a full-time basis with Beds about February of 2017.
We're not a cookie cutter organization. We go up to each client and we ask them how they got to this point in their lives.
They don't get to talk to a lot of other people, so just to sit and talk to them, hey, how's your day? Sometimes they just want to hear about your day. So it's nice to get a smile on somebody's face, or even just a joke here and there to get them laughing when you can tell somebody's having a bad day. I might have a bad day, but I know the next day I'm going to start, it's going to start over and it's probably going to be okay. I couldn't imagine having to walk out of here in the morning with nowhere to go. To another bad day. It's raining out, it's cold out, it's snowing, and where do you go? What do you do?
It's hard to have a job when you don't have a place to live. You go to a job and get off work, and then you are underneath a bridge, you're living in a tent. So Omar and I were discussing this. I says, look, is there a program that I can get into to get housing? He says, it takes a while, but yes, we have different programs. This is different circumstances dictate. I told him my circumstances, and he says, okay, we'll see what we can do.
The rapid rehousing is where we help clients that have a little bit more money than others and are physically and mentally more well off, and we locate housing for them, and other organizations like Catholic Charities that help us secure deposit our first month's rent, or both if they're eligible.
My financial life is pretty much stabilized. So I got better income coming in right now, and now I have a roof over my head, which I'm very grateful for. I'm just glad that Beds is there. They have organizations that are there for people. If they can, get into this and take advantage of it if you need to.
I work with a perishable product that's brought to me in a truck, and I have to make something out of it. And then my father, who got me into all this, he's a cement mason as well. At the end of the day, having that sense of accomplishment, it goes along with coming here as well, for me to walk away and feel like I did something.
None of this would be possible without the volunteers, and we try to remind them every night that, without them, shelter wouldn't be possible. People donating their time and we make food every night that the clients always rave about and love. Well, we do have a website, it's bedsplus.org, and we try to get as many volunteers as we can.
Meeting the other volunteers and starting to meet the clients, I really saw what a good program this was, what they were doing. And this was something I wanted to be a part of. I keep coming back. As long as the other 3 in the kitchen keep coming, I'm gonna keep coming.
We'll be taking down all the HPSs, high pressure sodiums, and putting up LED.
It's a clearer light, and they're driving at night. Obviously, it will help with safety.
At Armstrong Ceiling and Wall Solutions, we take great pride in making a positive difference in the lives of people. With the broadest portfolio in the industry and the technical performance to back it up, you can design and install with confidence. Our ceiling construction expertise, training, and pre-engineered ceiling solutions make it easy for you to seamlessly transition from one end of the building to the other. Improve construction efficiencies and keep every job on time, on budget, and on the mark with Armstrong Ceiling and Wall Solutions. Faster, easier, better.
When you need a concrete contractor for your commercial project, you can't waste time waiting through countless unproven contractors who don't specialize in the job type you need or service your area. ConcreteIL.com lets you browse Northern Illinois' top contractors to find the perfect fit for your exact needs. You can filter our vetted list of contractors by both job type and location, and even request proposals directly through the site. Thinking commercial concrete? Think ConcreteIL.com.
From bridges and trains to iconic high-rises, have you ever wondered who's powering Chicago? Unlike our sports heroes, they go unnoticed. Yet they proudly keep our businesses, homes, and great city running. IBEW Local 134 electricians and the electrical contractors have the experience, training, and reliability to keep Chicago open for business.
Street lighting has been around for over a century. Under a new program, the City of Chicago is updating this essential utility. Alongside the city is a union contractor who is doing so with a modernized workforce.
The CIT program, Chicago Smart Lighting Program, is 297,000 lights that will be changed out over a course of 4 years. We started in 2017. We're on pace to hopefully finish a little early, but it'll bring us to 2021. We'll be taking down all the HPSs, high pressure sodiums, and putting up LED.
It's a crisper light, it's a clearer light, it's a clear view for when they're driving at night, so that obviously will help with safety for drivers and for pedestrians who are trying to cross the street.
In doing that, it will take away the orange look and give a brighter, cleaner look to the city streets.
So the smart lighting is really the network that we're going to build, in that we have the ability to see if the lights are out.
It all runs off of an iPad, so it's the technology is you install the light, install the node, which is a photocell which turns it on and off, and it's all goes back to a program that is ran off a tablet. You could turn the lights on and off from the tablet, you could make them brighter, you can dim them. LEDs are supposed to last for 20 plus years. The energy saving on it is cut completely in half.
We anticipate to have $100 million in energy savings for the city, so that's a good thing for the taxpayer in terms of us having cost savings on our energy bills. And the process goes pretty quickly. When they replace the fixture, they also install the node, so it's one time in. And if you're at work, you probably won't even notice that they were there until it comes nighttime and you have new white lights shining in front of your house.
Alongside this state-of-the-art lighting system comes a revolutionary workforce.
The John Burns Construction, I've been working here for 12 years, and they've grown tremendously, and they take pride in trying to be diversified.
Scott Becker, president of John Burns, started Women Up initiative, and it's more of a empowering the women that we have, giving them the right training and the right support to get them to the next level.
We've quadrupled our women's workforce over the last few years.
Journeyman linemen on the CIT project. There's 8 women right now that work on this project. It's pretty cool to be working around.
I graduated from college, and my brother mentioned to me that the union was hiring women, and so I took the job with John Burns. Kind of loved it ever since.
Back in the days, the old-timers, they didn't like having females around.
A lot of the men haven't ever worked with a woman when I first started, and it was a fight just to get my hands on the tools to actually do the jobs. And until I started just forcing my way in, they didn't really accept it. I had to prove myself every day.
You have to be really able to step up and try to be equal. You can't just stand there and say, you know, I can't get my fingernails dirty, or I can't do, you know, you have to be able to step up and be able to do the job.
Because we gotta get in where we fit in. So just keep a strong mind and, you know, not be so sensitive, then we can do the same thing that they can do.
And now, it doesn't seem to matter.
We're all treated equal now, and it's great to see. I got 12 women here, and we're all treated just the same as every other man, woman.
Safety is the most important thing. Taking your time, making sure, you know, we are aware of our surroundings as far as traffic, and being aware that, you know, electricity is dangerous and it'll bite you if you aren't paying attention.
To a young woman that's gonna be starting in this trade, I would definitely tell her to go for it. We have a lot of good benefits here. The pay is great. To learn and get a skill like this.
So in Local 9 at the training facility we have in University Park, they will leave with the International Municipal Signal Association, their IMSA certification when they leave. That means they could go out throughout the whole country to work on traffic signals. They got the certifications to go wherever they need to go throughout the United States.
I've been going to the city high schools, talking with some of the students there, just to show that women could do this. Like, we could do this. We did it. I did it. Now I want to see everyone else do it.
Updating to LED lighting will cut electricity usage by 50%, resulting in $100 million in savings over the next 10 years.
We're here working with Chicago Federation of Labor and Cisco, who actually helps to bring opportunity to people that don't really know what the trades are.
Keeping restaurants and hotels up to date with the latest design trends is a constant challenge. Finding qualified contractors isn't at finishingchicago.com. We work with top designers and general contractors who use the latest painting, drywall finishing, and wall covering techniques in Chicagoland's premier hotels and restaurants. The hospitality industry relies on finishingchicago.com as its free resource to find quality finishing contractors. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
24/7, IBEW Local 9 linemen are there protecting you and your family. From the moment you wake up with a power in your home, on your way to work, lighting the way and easing congestion, plus keeping you safe with traffic lights and cameras. So the next time you're at a stoplight, pass under a power line, or just pull into your brightly lit neighborhood, think of your friends at IBEW Local 9. We'll continue to light the way for you. Meet us online at IBEW9.org.
Whether you're just out of school, a returning veteran, or simply out of work, finding a job can be tough. Chicago's 10th Ward was once booming with industry, but times have changed. A new development there is promising to bring over 1,000 new jobs to the community, and one organization is committed to helping people who live there find them.
Today we're on the southeast side in Alderman Garza's ward, the 10th ward, and we're here to do a construction expo to give information to young people, to veterans, to people around this area, for them to have a career in a union construction industry.
We're here working with Chicago Federation of Labor and Cisco, who actually helps to bring opportunity to people that don't really know what the trades are or don't really know how to get to access to them.
Cisco is a union labor management group. We're made up of about 8,000 union contractors and approximately 140,000 skilled union workers representing all the different skilled trades.
Cisco does follow-up, and they make sure that what we're doing today has a longevity and a long-lasting effect, so people from the 10th Ward can actually get a job and stay there.
There used to be dozens of steel workers, different manufacturing, and over the years, a lot of it has gone away.
I'm really proud to say that we have a really massive development coming across the street. This is all in collaboration with North Point Properties. They're going to be building 7 400,000 square foot warehouses, and they're going to be hiring 1,350 tradesmen to build those warehouses. So it's really important for me that the people in this ward, our constituents, get first dibs at those jobs.
This opportunity is so great and so needed for this community in particular, to help some of these residents find employment.
I have doorbells, and young people come over, and it's real simple to wire one up. We explain to them a source, where the power comes from, a load, conductors, wire, and resistance, stuff like that. So we take the wire from the load, go to the switch, then we go to the chime. Once they push a button, it works, their face lights up. Half our membership is 50 years old plus. So we'll be leaving this industry real soon. So we need more people to come in and take our places.
And the retirement of the baby boomers, as you hear, is real, and the influx of projects and demand is real. So these two things coming together, we've seen a record number of apprenticeship programs opening up.
Cisco offers more job fairs aimed at CPS students who are also CHA residents.
We're at the Carpenters Training Center on 22nd and Union in Chicago. And today we're doing a hands-on expo with CHA.
Interact with all the tables. The CEO of the Chicago Housing Authority, Eugene Jones, was very adamant about making sure our youth were exposed to the building trades. So hence we partnered with Cisco and the Carpenters Training Facility to bring them out, to have them interact with the various trade representatives.
We bring people here for hands-on demonstrations, especially as many young people as we can get to.
They'll be able to drill into cement, lay brick, wire doorbells. The painters have a painting simulator. The operating engineers have a crane simulator, roofers. What we're trying to do is open the eyes of young people that you can be very successful without having to go to college.
We pick a hands-on that has some basics to it. A little bit of measuring and layout. We have them do a little cutting with the saw. We have them also screw the drywall to a board that they cut out. 1 or 2 screws, and then they feel like a pro. And then it's wonderful for us because that's what hooks them.
When CHA grants a contract, 33% of the hires have to be CHA or low-income residents of Chicago. And so part of that is exposing our youth to these building trade occupations.
Joining Local 134 is probably one of the best decisions I've made in my recent life. It's changed my outlook on life, and I know that it's changed where I'm gonna end up in life. You know, you grow up in those neighborhoods that CHA are basically based in, and you don't come across a lot of great schools. They don't know about trades. If they do this, they can make a career out of it. They can make a decent living, take care of their families. When it's time for them to retire, they'll have a great pension or something waiting for them.
Ultimate goal is to have fun, to expose our youth to the building trades.
The jackhammer, first time trying, it says a bigger tool and real, but I loved it.
That would mean that I'm gonna have to be in a trade class. And I wouldn't mind doing it.
And then hopefully start to develop a pipeline of youth that are interested in these building trades and getting them enrolled in the apprenticeship programs.
If we're going into a community and there's buildings going on, we want those people in that community to be able to work on that job site.
Being accepted and trained into any apprenticeship program would mean a lot. A lot of residents want to work in their communities, and so I think being a part of that would be tremendous.
We've taken all the skills and the best of everything for 124 years of our existence, and we put it into this center.
When you have plumbing issues in your home, it can disrupt your whole routine. At Plumbers 911, we connect you with a highly experienced plumber in 5 minutes or less. We call it our 5-minute promise. All of our expert plumbers are highly trained, background checked, licensed, and insured, so you can feel confident that your job will be done right the first time. Our phones are open 24/7 to help solve your problem, day or night, at 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, your plumbing connection.
We are DeWalt. We're the ones who grind it out. The ones using materials from all over the world to build the things that build America right here in America. And there's no place we'd rather be. Land of the free, tools of the brave.
This is a team. It's made up of different players, positions, skills, talented, sure, but on their own. Because every team needs a coach, someone who makes things work together. That's how Lesset works. We're coaches in the construction industry, bringing together laborers and management, unions and contractor associations. Our work leads to safer, stronger construction, which is a win for us all.
When you think about protecting the nation, you probably conjure up images of brave members of the military. While they do protect us, the men and women of one trade do so as well by protecting one of our most vital natural resources.
Our motto is, "A plumber protects the health of the nation," and that's how they answer the phone at Local 130 every day.
We live by that. Our plumber's license is more important than anything that we can do. Our main job is to protect the water system.
That, to me, is probably the most important job that a plumber has, is just maintaining clean, fresh drinking water.
Societies crumble when water systems go down.
The plumbers are a vital part of our organization, of the work that we do. They're the ones that install the water mains, they're the ones that service the water mains, they're the ones that repair the water mains when they're broken.
We consider ourselves the benchmark of technology and trade-specific training and craftsmanship.
The trade is so crucial to the maintenance of public health that in order to be a plumber, you must be licensed.
Plumbers are a licensed profession. The state started licensing people in 1955. The city of Chicago, though, licensed them back in the 1800s.
Between 1850 and 1860, Chicago's population tripled from 30,000 to 100,000 people, and the waste they produced contaminated Chicago's drinking water. In response, the waterworks at Chicago and Pearson opened in 1869, pumping lake water from 2 miles offshore into an ever-expanding network.
You have to remember that Chicago is such an old city that we have pieces of wooden water main in the ground now in the city limits.
By the end of 1916, the system had expanded to 2,757 miles of water mains. To deal with an ever-expanding need for capacity, Chicago's sewer system evolved as well. 1871 marked the reversal of the flow of the Chicago River and the sewage we dumped in it away from the lake.
We have not only sewage, what you would consider a sanitary, we also have rainwater tying into it as well.
As grew the city, so did demand, out and up.
They didn't have codes for high-rises when they started building them. And that's why the city of Chicago had to make sure for life safety, that the plumbing systems functioned, way up in the air.
To this day, the basic challenges are the same. but our plumbers aren't.
Plumbers Local 130 has been in business for 124 years now. Right? And we've taken all the skills and the best of everything for 124 years of our existence, and we put it into this center.
$22 million state-of-the-art building that has every bell and whistle and the latest technology for the apprentices to learn. We can do anything from cast iron to threading pipe to setting fixtures to piping 2-3 flat houses.
What you see behind me is a 3-story mock-up house.
That's going to be a left-hand carrier, left-hand carrier, left-hand carrier.
Half of it is designed and made how plumbing would be installed in a commercial installation, and that would be with the metal studs.
You're not expecting this to ever fill with water.
The other half of the building has wood studs, and that's the way plumbing would be installed in a residential.
This main portion has to drip back to the drain itself. We have piping in there that we can simulate an underground installation of plumbing done with cast iron. And we also tap live water main. We try to replicate as many things as we can as the apprentices would run into out in the field.
Second floor is loaded with labs where we have faucets, we have 2 different fixture labs, we have backflow labs.
So how much on this spring, do you remember? These devices and assemblies that these fine young men are working on are backflow assemblies. Basically, if there's a negative pressure caused from either a water main break or if the firefighters are putting out a fire or something, you may have a lower pressure in the city water main than you have inside the house. So this time we're going to take pressure from the front side of check number 1 and we're going to put it on the back side of check number 2. If that condition occurs, there's a possibility that the water from inside the house could get sucked back into the public drinking water supply. Can't have that.
Every apprentice leaves this lab armed with the latest technology in how to prevent backflow, but more importantly, why?
In the last 5 years, we've seen a lot of problems with people having drinking water that's not at the level that it needed to be. And it's devastating for families and for communities.
Much of our infrastructure is over 100 years old. And as you drive through the city, you'll see water main projects continuously going, and they need to do that.
It's critical that we work with union plumbers because of the water system, because it's such critical infrastructure.
We have to make sure that we are stewards of our water, because our motto is the plumber protects the health of the nation.
That's all for this episode of Built to Last. Be sure to check us out on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Monica, for this episode, I was working on a under construction joke. It isn't done yet. A lot of blueprints. I got to get it through the system. See you next time. It'll be done. It'll be done by next show.
Good.